Summertime is winding down. It is Rampage. We are here all in weekend. Are you excited? Man, we got a lot to talk about, and I just want to hear from you. Noob, are you there? Have you heard the news about the new Sonic movie? If you haven't, I'll let you know. Let me know. Anyone else want to talk about anything else? Let us know. It is an open forum here on the AEW Rampage watch along. It is also just a Friday night show. We just hang out, we talk, we shoot the shit, we have fun. It's summertime, baby. And yeah, we're just having a good time tonight. Eric will be joining us, and it's going to be fun. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. If you're going to go see The Crow, let us know. Whatever you're doing, feel free to talk to us. And the conglomerate versus Brian Cage, Johnny TV, and the Beast Mortos. The Beast Mortos picked up a win recently on Rampage for our watch-alongs. But this was taped about a week ago, so if you know spoilers, keep them to yourself or don't. It's okay. We're just here to have some fun. It's Rampage. Brian Cage on again. We got a few other staples of Rampage going to be on again. Are you excited for All In? That's not it. That's not it. I'll get these presets right one of these days. But the sun is setting behind me here in beautiful Hollywood, California. I have no background because it's slowing down everything, so you get to see Zach's place. So let us know how you're doing again. Noob. I'm a little distracted from the excitement from the new games from Gamescon this year. We're going to talk about them with Eric. Cannot wait. I know there's a new Sonic game for you, Eric, or Noob, so we'll talk about all that when Eric comes on. Noob, for you, Tuesday, get ready. Tuesday morning, probably about 10 a.m. here in Hollywood. I don't know where it is where you are, but Pacific time, I think around 10 a.m., the new Sonic 3 trailer will be dropping. Supposedly, from what I understand. So let us know if you're excited for that. I know there's a lot of issues with this movie, and people are hearing stories about it, but I haven't heard any. So maybe it'll be fine. The Beast Mortos. So tomorrow night for Collision, the crowd is supposed to get pretty hot. So if you want to watch Collision, Big Bill is going to get a huge pop, big time pop. And from what I'm reading, one of the biggest pops of the night, this is taped with Dynamite on Wednesday. One of the biggest pops of the night. Look who's all in Dynamite. MJF, Mercedes, Britt, Will Ospreay. Big Bill got one of the biggest pops of the night. Who got second, maybe third from what I'm reading? Jeff Jarrett. Hey, that's fine. It's something different, right? A lot of stuff going on with AEW. We'll get into some news and rumors in a bit. Let us know if you got anything you want to talk about, too, with news and rumors. If you are in London for All In, let us know, too. So many games with Gamescom. I can't even keep up with it. So if there's anything you want to talk about, Noob, throw it on out there. Eric will have some stuff to talk about, too. Picture-in-picture. Anybody here watch Overdrive? It is so fucking terrible. That was one of the worst shows. We talked about it last week. One of the worst shows I've ever seen. Carnage Rage. How you doing, buddy? Kyle O'Reilly versus Danielson needs to happen before Brian hangs it up. When do you think would be a good time to do that? And do you think Danielson will beat Swerve then for the title? I think that would be a really good match. I think that would be possibly match of the year. So Darby has a title match at Grand Slam, and then whoever wins the Casino Battle Royal tomorrow has a title match. I was going to say you could do it all in if Bryan Danielson wins, but Bryan Danielson either has to win or there's going to be some BS that happens that keeps him from retiring at the final countdown this weekend at All In. But I agree. Look at Johnny TV showing off. I'm calling it. He should be Dante in the live-action Devil May Cry movie or TV show. I absolutely love that, Noob. I absolutely love that. I'm still bummed that Butcher was cast as Johnny Cage in Mortal Kombat 2. I'm sure he'll be fine, but I mean, he and The Miz were sitting right there for that role. But I like that one. The conglomeration. They have been a staple on Rampage too. This is the last night that they're going to be in this location. I know they were here for weeks and weeks straight. It works for them, but it is also very dark in there. It doesn't make it feel like big TV. I don't need big TV and big arenas every wrestling show I watch. This is totally fine. I mean, NXT is totally fine. Here we go. Taya needs something, man. I thought she was going to be a big deal when she got brought into AEW. Not the case. So, what do you guys think is going to be the case with Ricochet? Ricochet is most likely debuting at All In. Could be the gauntlet match. Who knows? But I think the quick match to build up to All Out in Chicago is going to be Ospreay versus Ricochet. Some kind of gimmick match or 2 out of 3s match. Wasn't that their other one? Their last match that they had was 2 out of 3s? 2 out of 3s. 2 out of 3 balls match. Any storyline you can see Ricochet really thriving in AEW, because I don't really. It's tough to book someone in AEW for me because I just see so many people just get kind of like lost to the wayside. I mean, Johnny TV is one of them right there. Johnny TV, a big week for him is like tonight being on Rampage. We want to talk about enhancement talent. Johnny TV is it. This man can make anyone look good. The Crow movie out this weekend. The Crow remake. Man, this thing is crashing and burning. I don't know the budget on The Crow, but it could be a bigger disaster than the Borderlands movie. Yowza. Did you hear that Sydney Sweeney is considering to play the role as Black Cat in the fourth Spider-Man movie in the MCU? I did hear this. I did. You guys brought this up. You guys put this out there in the ether a few weeks ago. Sydney Sweeney, it's like you, Mr. All Power, and some other people bring it out there. I'm very worried about Spider-Man 4. From what I'm hearing, it is going to be the Mystery Marvel movie in between Doomsday and Secret Wars, which means most likely Spider-Man 4, which should be a movie about Peter Parker finding himself again and discovering who he is as Peter Parker and Spider-Man in New York City on his own without Aunt May, Ned, or MJ, discovering someone like Felicia Hardy, might be set on Battle World. So that kind of brings me down a little bit. But I did hear the news. That's going to be a big get if she gets into that. She didn't really shit too hard on comic book movies, just basically Madam Web and some of the editing. So O'Reilly said that Bryan Danielson is his favorite wrestler and wants to wrestle him because he views his style to Bryan. I totally see that. That'd be a nice promo right there. That is the built-in promo for the match. You think you're the best wrestler in the last 20 years. I've got your style down pat. I'm the new up-and-coming you. Pow. I like it. Carnage. Even the Crow remake was in Call of Duty. Get out of here. Why is the Crow remake in this game? I know they put like everything in here, but who is out there looking for a Crow skin? No one is. Unbelievable. I have a short coming out tomorrow for the Crow. If you want to keep on the station, I think I guess got like 14 seconds or 15 seconds long. So it's a short. I cannot. I don't know. I know I'm a 90s baby. I love the Brandon Lee Crow. I appreciate in the remake that they took real guns off the sets. I don't think real guns should be on any sets. That's ridiculous. But man, are they missing the mark with this one. I know there was City of Angels after. Great soundtrack if you want a good soundtrack to listen to. And there was Kristen Dunst was in one, and Edward Furlong was in one. There's a few sequels. Dave Boreanaz, Angel was in one, but this isn't it. Who's putting that in Modern Warfare? Get it out of here. It is 7:14 p.m. here in Hollywood, California. The sun is setting. We'll see if we get a nice sunset over here. So many people don't have matches for All In. It kind of boggles my mind. I do believe Saraya will have an open challenge. I don't think they're done with Saraya, even though you have Dynamite and Collision shot over there. I don't think they're going to treat this fully like how WWE treats SmackDown when they go overseas or do a special show. And that's those people's like big payoff there on SmackDown instead of being on the show. I think they'll give Saraya. I do believe the conglomeration will be in the Battle Royal. We know both these two are. So, Johnny TV loses again. At least everyone got a Cody Rhodes, Rey Mysterio, and Rhea Ripley skins in Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Those are fucking funny. I love the videos people are putting out on those, so I really do appreciate those. Let us know what games you are playing out there, and if there's anything fun that you're playing. There's a show coming out that got announced too about games like Pac-Man, Sifu, a bunch of them that are coming out on Amazon Prime. So. All In. Are you excited? Does All In have your attention? I didn't even notice Roderick Strong was on commentary. All right. Undisputed Kingdom's up. I dislike this faction so much. This faction is so boring. It's so boring. Nope. Von Erichs and Outrunners are coming up, and so is Robin Renegade and Mina. Are they coming up? Is this like... All right. A match I did not have on the card. I thought Roderick Strong was fighting Fuego. Oh, there it is. I'm jumping to conclusions, man. Office State. I need that map. It's funny how Johnny TV loses when he defeated Kyle O'Reilly's mentor for the MLW Championship. Can I get your honest opinion, Carnage Rage? What is your thoughts on MLW? Because Eric and I were talking about this last week. Wouldn't you be a little pissed if you're in MLW, putting the time in there, putting the work in there, and then all of a sudden they just got Matt Riddle, and now that Hammerstone and Fatu are out, who've been killing in MLW, and great staples in MLW, you thought you'd get your time to shine, but now Matt Riddle's their guy, and just kind of, I don't know. MLW's got issues too, but it is funny though. Still hoping that Liv Morgan to play Black Cat because she bears a striking resemblance to Black Cat. She does. Okay, little thing, Hollywood is very picky on stupid crap like height. Very picky on that. So, but I agree with you. Man, you're talking about the Crow remake being in Call of Duty, Noob. In the original Crow movie, there is a song that is listened to. It's called It Can't Rain All the Time. It is a great song and a great movie. My Crow, my hero, my savior, who always keeps it wet, and it is raining where he is right now, is here today, right now. Folks, it is the Flop Daddy himself. The man who can cheat death 1,000 times over and doesn't need face paint to look good doing it. It is Eric.
What did Justin Roberts could learn a thing or two from you. Yep, it is raining here, but the flops are better where it's weather.
There you go. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. After last watched AEW, I saw some positive reactions for that episode. So I'm giving Rampage another try. Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm just not in touch with this wrestling world.
Maybe it's you and hundreds of thousands who stopped watching, but who knows? Fuego del Sol, yep. Man, you want to get into some Gamescon? I know New's been chomping at the bit here. We want to get into some Gamescon stuff?
Yeah.
Right.
So I pulled up the list of awards that were given out. I didn't see everything that happened, but there's some good things that came out of there. We talked about privately Borderlands 4, as we have there. Um, Someone I work with he has a theory about the plot for this one, believes that this could probably be this could be the end game of the story, going up against
Okay.
the aliens that kind of created or in charge of the vaults. So could be their way of either wrapping up or doing a soft reboot.
Okay.
I want to say excited, but Borderlands 3 was something. It was a step down, so I'm going in with some caution.
All right. Are you going into the movie at all?
I'm not going to buy a ticket for it unless I've been doing something that Matt Riddle and RVD loves to do. I'm not going in sober.
Carnage would disapprove, but I agree. It's going to be in your home probably in about 2 weeks. It's going to be, you can pay for it in your home this weekend, but
yeah.
All right, what else you got from Gamescom?
As you got there, Kingdom Come 2. I believe they got a lot of awards. Looking at this page, it looks like the big winner was Monster Hunter Wilds. That one looks like it got a lot of awards.
Okay.
But Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, best PC game, as you've got there. Most epic, Monster Hunter Wilds. Most entertaining, Monster Hunting Wilds. Best trailer, Monster Hunter Wilds.
Wow.
So I guess that is one to keep an eye out for. I'm not huge into the Monster Hunter series, but it's fine. It's okay.
Okay.
And can you guess which game studio, or I guess which presenter won Best of Show Floor?
It better not be that goat game trailer.
I don't believe that they are. They actually might be. They're under Microsoft, aren't they? Isn't that a Microsoft game?
I think so, yeah.
Well, then it was, because Microsoft / Xbox / Bethesda / Blizzard Best of Show Floor. We're still fighting the Sony hierarchy. We're still around. We're still here.
The only thing I saw for Sony was that they're giving crumbs. They're giving the Indiana Jones crumbs. That's the only thing I saw from Sony.
I'm really hoping that Sony is going to wow us when these games actually release. The promotion has been pretty weak. I've seen some small things with the Captain America, Black Panther game, Indiana Jones game. I've heard mixed things. So I'm really just hoping that it's going to be like when Spider-Man first came out and we were all just amazed that it was the best game since sliced bread, the video game.
Nice. Noob says he believes that they're getting a new Borderlands saga, and Carnage Rage says he is excited for the Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver 1 and 2 remastered.
I don't think I've ever played those, so I'll look for the remaster. I'll look into that.
And speaking of your people there, Microsoft and Xbox, I may have to get one of these new digital ones because they're doing something I thought was going to be done on all consoles, but it's not. They got the rights. It's already gotten to Deadpool and Marvel Ultimate Alliance 1 and 2. That's a game company right there.
Okay. That is nice. I didn't like those games. They were really good.
Yeah.
I dig that. Let's see. Mafia the Old Country. Is that? Oh, I did not know about that game. I might have to add that to my shopping list.
It looked good from what I saw. I haven't played any of the Mafia games, but this looked good.
You could play the first one. Actually, you could play the first and the second one on PS Plus. Okay. I recommend them. The first one is remastered. The second one is just it's just a little touched up, but they're both really good.
Okay. I'll give them a try.
Yeah. There's no Arthur Morgan, but you'll enjoy the characters.
I got to give it to you. You really hyped that character up. And everyone who you got to do this, you got to play this, you got to see this, got to watch this. That was one that lived up to it, man. That really fucking lived up to it.
I actually just re-downloaded it too. I've been playing the online mode every now and then, but I think I'm gonna start the story again and go for another round.
Nice. I knew. So you watched the opening cutscene to the new Call of Duty Black Ops 6 Zombies map, and it looked. It took place in Liberty Falls, the actual place Activision really loves interdimensional storylines in their games.
That's still the weirdest thing to me in the world, that they took this military first-person shooter and they created a throwaway zombie mode that somehow has this intricate lore that is you have to jump through hoops to learn. I don't know. That's some kind of passion project. I'll give them props for.
All right.
Makes them a shit ton of money, but I'll give them props. They didn't have to do it.
Anything else like Gamescom stand out to you?
I think for me it's Borderlands 4. I want it to be really good. I think just seeing that they're giving it another try. I just hope it works, because like I said, the biggest problem with Borderlands 3 was they just finished having one of the best villains in video game history just died. So it's like, where do you go from there? So we'll see. Also, Star Wars Outlaws. I am also scared about that one because it's EA or Ubisoft. It's Ubisoft.
True.
And yeah, you know how that goes. So I'm going to try my hardest to not buy it and just wait for it to go on Game Pass.
Okay. Did you get the trailer for Secret Level, the Amazon Prime show that's coming on about video games?
I actually didn't.
Check it out. It looks pretty good. I know they're doing like Pac-Man, God of War, Mega Man. There's a list of them. I don't know exactly how it's going to be. If it's going to be like the Toys That Built America kind of thing or what it is, but I'm intrigued by it. I think it looks good.
Okay. You said it's going to Amazon Prime?
Yes.
Okay. I'll check it out.
Yes, they canceled the Acolyte. Yeah, they did. Yes, they did. I didn't. I don't know if it's my old age, but I couldn't last. I just couldn't last with that show.
I'm actually surprised they canceled it, because do you remember when Velma season 1 first came out? It was the highest HBO show because everyone hate watched it. So I thought they were gonna capitalize on all this hate and make a season 2.
So that's why they waited to cancel it. Usually they cancel it because it's going to take them so long to write. Like, as you know, it's going to take them like almost a year to write and then shoot, and it could be 2 to 3 years. So I think they saw the episodes dip, and then they waited to see, because it's been 2 months. So then they waited to see if people were going to binge watch it or, like you said, hate watch it. And neither one happened after. So they didn't want to spend, I don't know how much it was per episode. It was between 500 and 800,000 per episode, I think.
Jesus Christ.
It was a huge budget for this show, and it looked cheap. That was the sad part about it. So, yeah, if no one's watching it and it costs that much, you got to get rid of it.
Is it worth even giving it a try?
I don't think so personally. Again, it looks cheap, and they make the Jedi the bad people.
Okay. Which, you know, I mean, there have been some good storylines, rest the case, and I mean, I think the fucking trilogy fucked that up. Where Luke is like, "Oh, Jedi gotta die. We're bad." Yeah. So badly that Mark Hamill himself doesn't even like that storyline. But yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure I read the person who wrote The Acolyte never watched Star Wars or did anything with Star Wars. They just kind of jumped right in.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Rage. I also forgot that too. Sparking Zero. I'm really excited for that. Basically Budokai Tenkaichi 4, I guess. So yeah, I'm really hyped for that one. I've been burnt out in Dragon Ball games because they're all kind of the same. It's all here's the story of everything that's happened. Fight through it. It's like done that for every single game. But Budokai Tenkaichi 3 was always fun, so I'm hyped for this one.
Nice. When does this one come out?
That's a great question. Let's Google that, because I want to say it came out. It's supposed to come out in like a month or so. But
okay. Well, you know, this one by Noob. Sonic X Shadows Generations trailer is awesome, showcasing Shadow's new Doom powers, and the ending shows Metal Overlord from Sonic Heroes. So that's pretty cool. Again, Noob, Tuesday, supposedly the Sonic 3 trailer drops.
So Sparking Zero comes out October 11th.
Okay.
Sonic has had a pretty good streak of shows lately, which is strange because the games are not that. They've just been rough for him for a long time. But I'm pretty sure Netflix had they just had a multi-dimensional show that was okay.
Okay.
And then the movies, of course, doing great. Even the Sonic show that I thought was bad, Sonic Boom, I look back on there and I'm like, this actually did have some good jokes. I should give them another try.
All right. People are claiming Knuckles is the reason that Paramount Plus made a profit last quarter because it did actually really good numbers. So
I could see that. There was a lot of hype for that.
Yeah.
Even though I didn't actually watch Knuckles yet, so I could be wrong. But the trailer made it look like it was just Sonic 1, but with Knuckles. Because, like, he teams up with some happy-go-lucky guy. They do a little road trip, and it's just, Knuckles being Knuckles.
I mean, if it works,
Yeah, sure. They made money.
Like Knuckles. Okay, the shift to the human sidekick. The shift to his human side. Yeah, you can't. It's not about the humans. Hi, Transformers.
Yeah. That was the problem with Godzilla and King Kong. It was like way too much humans.
Holy shit. That second one was tough.
Yeah. God. The last one was better, but also I saw it in a place that I saw in the 4D theater that had projections all around. So it was like the forest scenes are actually in the forest. It was pretty cool. It got bonus points for that.
I couldn't dig it. I watched it on the TV, but they got rid of like the lore that they created in Skull Island, so it was kind of weird for me to watch their storytelling.
That's fair.
Last thing from Noob here on this, and then we'll move on to whatever else you want to talk about, Eric. So it seems that Sonic Generations is going to have some fun bosses from the base game and some interesting bosses from Shadow's side of the game. Good integration.
Yeah, maybe I'll look into the Sonic game. The last one I wasn't a huge fan of, but also was very buggy. Just wasn't well made. So if they can get this one right, that'll be cool because Sonic as a character works. It's really weird that Mario is so profitable, but Sonic games just don't hit.
Right. And oh man, the amount of Mario games is just ridiculous. But
yeah.
All right. What's next, Eric? What are we talking about next? You want to talk about anything, brother? Or do you want to talk about
you gotta brother me up, brother. Let's hit that Hogan news.
All right, let's hit it up. Hulk Hogan. Canceled. What's the reason this time?
He just his Kama Chameleon side is coming out. By the end of this, I'll get a good Kamala one going. But basically, said some no things about Kamala Harris. We all know which side of the fence he's on politically. He doesn't need to let us know, but he did. One thing that sucks. This is a true thing. My bar. I think I told you and knocked this that my bar ordered his beer, and I talked to my manager about it. I was like, "Yo, why do we have this?" And he's like, "Oh, I got this before I knew about the race. Before the racist stuff happens." And I was like, "And this was before Kamala. This was like he was referring to when he first got canceled." I was like, "That was not recent, and that was very long ago. And there was stuff before that."
Yeah.
So now I just refuse to go anywhere near this beer. It could be the tastiest thing. It could be made with water from the fountain of youth. I do not advertise it. I do not sell it.
All right. I won't even ask what it's called. I didn't even know he had a beer.
You know the name of it. Without even telling you.
Is that where he was like doing like the Nazi signings?
It was I forgot there was two things that happened at those things. Yeah. That's where the guy with the Nazi tattoo was. And then before that,
there's a laundry list with this guy. There's always a fucking Oh yeah, and then this.
And then he had he hired, I forgot what they're called, but basically pretty girls to like do the promotions, like just to show up and stand there.
Called hookers, Eric.
I call them friends as much as I see them. But he went through an agency to get these girls, and he didn't know one of them was black. So he basically told her, "Hey, you don't have to show up. You're fine." And then she posted that she was told that it was canceled, but she was replaced by a white model. Yes,
oh, man.
So all of this to say that we are not getting the biopic that we've all been waiting years for. That Chris Hemsworth has been working. Is that Chris or Liam? I forget.
That's Chris.
Okay. Thor was leading up to this. Thor was his warm-up role. This was the breakout. And now it's just gone.
Unreal. This was what's the guy's name who did Joker? That's who he said he's done with it now. It's
oh yeah. I just read that quote too. I forgot his name already.
Let us know in the comments. I forgot the name. Just while I'm thinking about here. Noob, the Renegade Twins, I do believe, are going to be. Here's my playoff for All In. Camille will have Mercedes win. Britt Baker will have Jamie Hayter come out, and there'll be a big return at All In. And those four will have a thing in Chicago a week later, and then in Chicago, that's when the Renegade Twins will join Mercedes Moné. That's my quick 2 cents on the Renegade Twins.
Okay, so Mercedes will have her little corporation, or I don't know, the CEO.
Yeah.
Name her faction.
Yeah. You know what's funny though, Eric?
What's that?
Every time a door closes or Jennifer Lopez kicks you out of one, you get your own Hogan biopic, brother. Rumored to be playing Hulk Hogan, Ben Affleck.
No.
I forgot the director. It is someone him and Matt Damon worked with before. Matt Damon is rumored to be a part of this as well. It is going to be just focused on the Gawker scandal.
Okay. No, I'm okay with no. We don't need this. Let's just get the Ric Flair movie out already. Someone make the Ric Flair movie.
It is called The Hangover.
That's all. I would watch a nice 200 minutes long movie of the story of Ric Flair actually being adopted, being stolen away as a child, adopted his real life, and then it ends with him on a train. And he gives the camera a sly wink, and he just closes the curtains and roll credits.
The director's cut will have the ending be like the end of The Graduate, where they both look awkward.
Oh god.
I feel bad that this movie got canceled, Chris Hemsworth, but I'm kind of glad it did because it spies Hogan. I think we all do it, and I'm glad for Chris Hemsworth that this got canceled. This is not.
Yeah.
I think this is a step backwards, and it's you're not going to do this justice because they're going to try to do all this stuff, and I don't think they're going to hit the beats of him being a weak human being. Because if you look at the roles he took, they're all roles because they're very 80s year celebrity role. It's not. I'm glad he's not doing this. I'm very glad Chris Hemsworth is out of this.
I agree. I definitely agree. I don't know if Chris Hemsworth's a wrestling fan, but I imagine he probably, people in the outskirts know who Hulk Hogan was, like biggest name in wrestling. I'm sure he heard, I can play Hulk Hogan. Fine, that's a big name for this. I doubt he knew just how. I hope he didn't know how terrible he was as a human.
Yeah, I hope so too. And the thing is, it's not. Drew Goddard, is that who did the Joker? No, I can't think. but it was in good hands where it had the possibility to be like Margot Robbie playing Tanya Harding, but there's so much to cover where the Tanya Harding story is more condensed and you can showcase what kind of a piece of crap Tanya Harding is. If you got to showcase all these ins and outs of Hogan's career, I don't know if you're going to have enough time to showcase how simple-minded he is and how I don't want to say right place, right time in his career, and then it blew up. But I don't know what I'm trying to say, but he's a megastar because of other people around him.
Right. Honestly, I if it did go that direction, I still could live without this movie being made, but I would be more eager to watch that. An I, Tonya version of Hogan, I'd watch that.
Yeah. Ben Affleck. Don't do it. Don't do the Gawker movie. Why do this stupid little scandal story?
And I mean, it's also just strange that I would at the very least, any news revolving Hulk, any movies or anything, I would wait till the election's over. Like, you don't want that press on you right now.
No, you don't. And the thing is, too, more stuff is Todd Phillips. That's the director. Very capable person. He actually did The Hangover. That's funny.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you're gonna keep getting that stink on you from Hogan. Look how many years later it still comes up again, and again, and again.
Right. Yeah, it's always gonna be there. It's a blessing in disguise. He'll find other movies.
He'll be just fine. I don't know. You know where he could find movies to do? He could find a home on the Chick-fil-A streaming app, Eric.
Is this? I need to know this. I'm enticed.
Chick-fil-A has been in the works now for a while with people in Hollywood to make a streaming app. They are going to set up a lot of TV shows, I guess some reality-based and some scripted, a good mixture. They're looking to spend a decent amount of money on each show too. Some of them going for around $400,000 an episode. They're really looking to even purchase content from other places and harness that to build their catalog for their Chick-fil-A app. We all know Chick-fil-A is a Christian-based company. We all probably can make a joke about the app not working on Sundays, but it's going to be probably faith-based content, like Angel Studios, or if they're looking for content, they might get something like Dr. Quinn or Seventh Heaven. There's another guy in there you don't want your kids to be around, but hey, it's Seventh Heaven. So that's what the Chick-fil-A app is going to be.
When you, I honestly didn't think that it was real, even as you were explaining it. But the second you said it, I thought, did you ever watch or did you ever hear of NRA TV?
Yeah, I've heard of it.
Okay. It was just guns 24/7. So my first thought was like, oh, Chick-fil-A is just going to be like all right-wing, like Christian property on the TV. But I guess as a company, like as a restaurant, you don't really know they're Christian based unless you like read a news article. Like their restaurants aren't like that. That's so true. I could see them playing the smart game and toning things down, and not going full NRA TV.
I think it's going to be a lot of cheap production too. If they do TV shows, again, there's this movie out called The Forge, I do believe, this weekend. It will probably do better than the Crow remake. I'm being serious on this. It is a faith-based movie. If you happen to see like a preview or a poster with like a teen and maybe a couple of older adults with swords, it's about this group with swords that like help a teen like grow into a good Christian boy or something. But you can make cheap productions. Like if you look at a lot of Tyler Perry stuff, he does cheap productions because if you look at the sets, it's just drywall painted with maybe like a plant and like a desk in the room. So that's how they kind of skate around that. And I think those are the kind of productions we'll see with Chick-fil-A.
I just hate Tyler Perry anything. So if there's a round 2 of this, if Chick-fil-A is the next Tyler Perry Productions, I'm gonna be disappointed.
I think it might be. Noob says we just missed the match, but one of the guys from Gates of Agony looks like a combination of Tom Latimer and Roman Reigns. Wouldn't that be cool if that was your gimmick? Who are you supposed to be?
Right.
Oh, I'm these two. It's my Halloween costume. That's my gimmick as a wrestler.
I actually was going to ask you who that guy was because he looked big as hell. I thought maybe he was an ROH guy.
I'll bring him up in a second here.
Was-
Popeye's one is better, you say. The only Popeyes near me is I got to go through some unsavory people to get that savory food, and I'm not. Chick-fil-A is easy for me to access.
Yeah. Popeyes does get the win, but you will die, and you better get a drink with that biscuit.
Dry. Eric, Chick-fil-A is not the first fast food company to get into streaming. Someone beat them to it.
Really?
Yeah.
Can I take a quick guess?
Sure, take a guess. Who do you think it was?
I'm gonna be very surprised if it's not McDonald's because they should be the top of the fast food world.
That's what I thought with all the money and everything. But the company that beat Chick-fil-A into streaming because of their content is Taco Bell.
Actually, that makes a lot of sense.
That's my potty joke for the evening. Thank you.
That's funny.
I appreciate that.
Oh man.
Chick-fil-A. Let's look at this Tom Latimer dude. Tom Latimer looking dude. Where is he? Gates of Agony. Oh, on the right. Okay,
Yeah.
there we go. I see it.
I guess it's partially my fault. I don't watch AEW enough to know anybody, so maybe that's why Rampage isn't fun for me because I'm not invested in these people. But I never had that problem with WoW. They got me invested pretty quickly.
Yes, they do a good job of altering people on shows, so it's not the same people, but you're not seeing some different every show.
Speaking of which, I miss WoW. Oh, I have to see what they're up to. Watch some.
They're doing tapings. I was thinking to you guys. I just saw a thing for tapings in Glendale. Now they're doing the tapings.
Oh, okay. I really like their old location though. It was really nice.
Yeah. What else do I have to talk about? Did that.
Are we gonna get Swifty?
Oh, you want to get Swifty? Let's get into the Rick and Morty anime review, Eric.
This one is all you because it's on my to watch list. It's the first thing on there, but I want to make sure I'm doing absolutely nothing so I can watch it. Is it one episode or is it a little mini series?
I just watched it last night because I need something to watch, and then when it was done, I had an episode of Rick and Morty on from Adult Swim, and that said, "Oh, maybe let me check out the anime." So I watched the first episode on Max, and then, funny enough, when that ended, the second episode started on Toonami last night.
Oh, that's funny.
So I watched them back to back. I don't want to give this show an F yet. I think I'll stick with it, but I don't want to stick with it. This show has made me want Rick and Morty to be done with after this next episode because I'm scared of what stuff like this is going to come out afterwards. I don't think this is that well done. I think this is, imagine the worst Rick and Morty episode you've seen with the cheapest anime you've ever seen. That's the Rick and Morty anime.
Okay. I didn't have high hopes for this. I thought it would just be like a one, like, I'm pretty sure they did a short, when they do like little Rick and Morty shorts, it's like, okay, you watch it once, you'll probably never watch it again. And like, that was okay for a one-time view. I realized it was a full-on thing. It was a full little mini-series.
I think this is going to be 8 or 10 episodes. It feels like they have a story that they're telling, but it's so... Ugh. You ever see that Simpsons episode? I think it's Treehouse of Terror episode, but they get turned into a Saturday morning cartoon, and it's just very generic, and it's a joke on like if this the studio made another version of The Simpsons.
Right.
So that's what this is. It's just, I didn't enjoy it. So if anyone out there saw it, let me know what you saw in it, and maybe I'll stick with it for another episode. But holy crap, is this just like, it's a student film at best.
Okay. It's I'd like to know what made them do this, because I think they did an anime thing years ago that I think got like positive plugs, but it was years ago. I don't know what made them want to revisit it and go this far with it.
It was actually on after episode 2 last night on Toonami. And it made me go, why isn't this just I don't know. This is just cheap. It's just cheap, and it's more of the crap that I'm getting sick of. Multi-dimensional stuff where it doesn't matter if you die. There's another one of you. Like, oh, all right, got it. And they keep bringing stuff like that up, and then it's like, why am I watching this? At least the Rick and Morty show, when they do that kind of stuff, they have enough appreciation for the fans watching to be like, even if they know that the Rick and Morty you're watching maybe aren't the real ones, to let you guess.
Right.
This one is just like, hey, nothing matters. Maybe I'm the real Rick. Maybe you're the real Morty. Who knows? It's just like, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. So far, it's bottom of the barrel viewing.
I mean, I'm assuming if this Rick dies, he probably gets replaced by Robert Downey Jr. So.
Oh, God.
Okay. I still want to. I'll still give it a watch at some point, but I'm not going in the highest hopes.
Don't. Just like if you watch NWA.
Yeah, I've learned that lesson years ago.
Billy Corgan is like really kicking the tour too. I was talking to someone last week about this. All the bands that I grew up with that were like Damn the Man and Fight Ticketmaster, and I think we joked about this in the week or so ago about Metallica and Napster and the ticket prices.
Right.
They're all becoming who they were against in the 90s, and they're charging outrageous amounts for tickets. Why am I paying $200 for a bleacher seat to a band that hasn't had an album out in like 13 years?
Jeez.
I don't know.
Exactly. Oh, God. Size Outrunner guy is just not for me. But yeah, I completely get it. I imagine that's what Fozzie's already looking at doing nowadays. Chris Jericho's probably charging a shit ton of money just for looking at him.
Let me see how much he's charging. I know they're in London because, of course, they can say they played a stadium. They can say they played Wembley.
Oh yeah.
Because he makes Tony Khan put him on before the show. My God, you have like kids in your band now, Jericho. Did people quit, or did you fire them because they don't look sexy enough for you? All right, VIP packages $250.
You would know more about this than I did, but I remember seeing a video. Did M. Night Shyamalan really make a movie that was pretty much just an advertisement for his daughter's band? Like recently?
Shut up. That trap movie? That's what it was?
Yes. Oh, yeah. Because apparently, like, I can't remember if like most of it is his daughter's band playing, or if like I can't remember. But yeah, a lot of it is like people were saying it was just an ad for a band.
I know people hated the ending. I didn't want to know the ending because of the twist, and they're fine to watch. They're streaming content movies, but if that's the case, that's not cool.
Yeah. When I read it, I was like, that can't be true. But as someone like broke it down, it's like, oh wow, he really did give her pretty much all the screen time, or gave her like a whole lot for this movie.
Well, speaking of his daughter, whatever that movie is that came out will be on Max, I think, next week or the week after. The Woods with one of the Fannings. If you look it up, it didn't look good, but. Speaking of animated, everyone's Sailor Moon Cosmos on Netflix. Oh boy, that series was downright bad. The Sailor Moon reboot was straight up bad. It's the Sonic 06 of anime. I've never even gotten into Sailor Moon.
So I have a friend who she made me watch My Little Pony very recently. So she said next. What was that?
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was watching it with her. I would never in a million years go home and put this on. But she said the next thing that she's going to make me watch is Sailor Moon. So maybe if I get into that, then I'll look into Sailor Moon Cosmos.
Okay. All right, Eric, I'm going to let you in charge for a second. I'm just going to open up a window back here, get a little bit.
Okay. And we're on commercial break. There's a box in the corner. Wrestling is still in the box. We got an advertisement for HBO Max. That's not that. It used to be HBO Max. And Zach is back.
That's good singing. That's good singing.
Thank you. Oh, man. I think picture in picture. Oh, okay. I thought it went away for a second.
Some stuff was revealed with some advertisements at All In already. Let me see if I can pull it up.
What the? Sorry, I don't know why I hate these Outrunners so much, but they just did a spot where they're like teasing the like going for a handshake and then an elbow drop. Everything about them just feels recycled. I don't know why I'm picking on these two guys, but jeez,
it's fine because I feel the same way, and also everyone else loves them. And like you said, it's fucking recycled. We've seen this 1,000 times. What's the big hubbub, bub?
Right.
This right here, AEW is putting on Forbidden Door in London next year, and then they're obviously doing Y'all in Texas next year, and then All In back again in 2026. Do you think this is a good move to do Forbidden Door in London?
I do, because WWE is starting their expansion to the UK. I think the smartest move would have been if AEW started it before them, because WWE is kind of winning, like Bash in Berlin. I forgot all the other ones already, but they've had some really great ones, and like it was an untapped market that AEW waited too long for. So now the best they can do is try to play catch up.
Yeah. They're going to Australia at some point too. Tony Khan confirmed that. But yeah, I think this is a good move. And the rumor is Y'all In is happening because SummerSlam is happening, and that's what the meeting with Trips and what does London have? A governor? Or no, what do they have?
Prime Minister.
Yeah. Sorry. Fucking a C student, Eric. C student. Two point something. I don't even know what it was. 2 point something GPA.
I actually didn't know that Trips met with him. That's interesting.
He did this pose. It was really cool. He did like his handshake. And they posed. It was like a point. It was great. It was a nice pose.
Oh, jeez. So that's where SummerSlam is supposed to happen in London?
Yeah, so maybe that's why AEW is going to Texas.
I mean, time-wise, it sucks for us, but I can live with it because every other million pay-per-view, the rest of the world also has to deal with the time.
That's true.
But the UK shows are just so much better than the fans are so much more fun and better. Sometimes I watch their pay-per-views and I think we don't deserve WrestleMania.
I know, we're so jaded. Jump off something tall. Right. What is this, a storyline?
Meanwhile, they're just coming up with the most creative chants and loving it.
Billy Corgan has a huge announcement. Huge. At NWA 76. I wonder what that announcement is going to be. Good question. Possible partnership with WWE, the return of NWA in USA, or a third TV deal. I haven't heard anything about a TV deal. If it is, it's going to be another show on the CW. His show still has to debut on the CW. It's supposed to debut last fall, but I don't know if it's on the app. Maybe let us know. But I don't know what Billy Corgan could have for a huge announcement.
Besides NXT, what's CW's roster? They lost the Arrow stuff, right? Are we done with that?
Yeah, they lost a lot of stuff. One of their shows, the Librarian spinoff, is going back to where it originated on TNT, because TNT is going to go back to scripted stuff now that's not getting the NBA.
Oh, right.
True TV is going to be rebranded as something else too. Almost positive AEW is going to have a deal with I forgot what I heard. Around the time of All Out, it'll probably be revealed what their deal is with Warner Brothers.
Okay. I mean, there's something. They've been pretty stagnant. So,
yeah,
hopefully this kicks things into gear.
All right, the Von Erichs won. They beat the Outrunners, who Eric and I disapprove of heavily. So Netflix will continue the Dragon Ball Super with the superhero animation style. They have Dragon Ball on Netflix?
Um, I honestly, Netflix has been grabbing up a lot of animes recently, so I wouldn't be surprised. I don't think they have it right now,
Huh.
but if they're going to continue it, I mean, I wonder who's going to write it because I mean, Akira Toriyama died this year, so I wonder who. Yeah. But hey, if they continue it, that could be that'll be a boost for Netflix. Nerds
Big time.
love their Dragon Ball.
Yeah, that is. Take note to Billy Corgan. That's why he's the Von Erichs.
I was going to ask, do you like the Von Erichs? Are you a fan?
They're okay. I liked them when they were doing stuff in MLW, but I don't. I hate to say this, but it seems like almost everyone needs to go through NXT to learn how to be in front of a camera. I think everywhere else they just get thrown on there. I don't think there's enough people training people to be in front of a camera. It's like when Finn Balor went to NXT, one of the first interviews he gave was like, I thought being in Japan, I knew everything. I was in Tokyo Dome and doing all these big things. But then I walked out there and I was standing in front of lighting that I shouldn't have been standing in front of. I wasn't like focusing on the camera. Like, there's things you should learn. I think the Von Erichs need to learn a few of those things.
I agree. Also, I don't know if you saw it, but do you remember when the Dark Order attacked? I think it was the Elite, and there was that one member of the Dark Order like giving the worst punches to Dustin, and the camera caught it.
Yeah,
very early. They just had a repeat, and the camera caught it, and they got away a second too late. And funny enough, it was to one of Dustin's guys. So maybe Dustin's the problem. Maybe he's a jinx.
His career is winding down too. We got Bryan Danielson's, we got Trash Bags, we got Dustin's.
Yeah. Do you think Bryan Danielson? I don't know if he'll do what's it called? Predictions. But do you think Daniel Bryanson wins, or is this game over?
Eric, I did some predictions last night because I just needed to do something. I was sick all week, and I was running around after my beautiful baby girl, or I was staring up at the ceiling, trying to not ingest snot. So I had to do something. So I did that. Let me get your opinions on there. Carnage, I'm not familiar with Baki versus Kengan Ashura. Eric, any thoughts?
I saw it on Netflix. I didn't watch it, but I'm not familiar with either of those franchises, so I thought that'd be a weird jumping into point.
Okay. All right. Give us your predictions, Eric. We'll run through these as fast as you want to. You just say when you're done, and we'll get your all-in predictions. Let us know who you think. And this is the kickoff right here. Instead of the women having a match, we throw in Stokely and Ishii on the 0-hour.
I mean, Stokely has to take the pin. It's going to be funny. It's going to be great. Stokely is going to take the pin.
There it is. This one for the tag team championships. It's last year's match with the Acclaim thrown in. What do you got?
The Young Bucks. I see no reason for them to lose right now.
I don't either. All right. This is what the match is so far. If you watch Collision, this is the match, and one of these two trios teams will win. And this is the spoiler. It is the Blackpool Combat Club with Pac. Eric, who is going to win this London ladder match? Christian Cage and his family, the patriarchy, have it right now.
I'm going to stick with Christian Cage. You know, I wish House of Black would win. I guess Christian Cage. That's a safe bet. He's going to make them. He's going to be all their daddies.
Okay, that's a good one. I'm having Edge come back in this. I think I just make this come back in this.
Oh, so he goes up again. He ruins it for Christian.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. The CEO versus the DMD. Eric, anything happen here funny, or is it gonna be straight up match? And who do you have win?
I'm gonna say straight up match. Mercedes. Yeah, maybe a little comedy sprinkled in, but I'm going with Mercedes.
Okay. And this is where I think we do the formal build up to the CEO's big faction, but Jamie Hayter's got to come back during that. Coffin match. The scapegoat with his brand new dirty, grungy-looking TNT Championship that he made himself versus Darby Allin in a coffin match. Eric.
I want to say Jack Perry because I feel like they're still in the midst of this, him and the Bucks and all that. But Darby has never lost a coffin match, so I think he's going to win this one.
Fucking Darby this belt again.
Yeah, they pretty much Cody Rhodes'd him with this. Like, he is only ever going to win the TNT Championship.
Exactly. Sad, but it makes no sense because Pac walked out on the BCC at Blood and Guts. Yeah. Why make sense when you're in AEW? Bryan Danielson versus Kyle O'Reilly. It does need to happen.
That would be cool.
Versus Danielson. Yeah, he's not retiring. We'll get to Eric's thoughts on that, but there's no way he's retiring. All right, the Casino Gauntlet match, Eric. These are the ones who are in. Orange Cassidy will start. He won a match to be number 1 in this. And of course, if you pin someone right away, you win. So that's a coup. Not like the Royal Rumble. Hangman is my favorite to win, but these are the 5 that are in it so far. Any surprises you have winning it, or who do you have?
It's Evil. I actually just realized Evil Uno has a match on AEW pay-per-view.
Yes, and Hangman beat him up for it.
Jeez, a big pay-per-view too. Okay, who's the world champion right now again?
It is Swerve.
Oh yeah, that's of course the Hangman. Oh, that's right. If Ricochet is in this, I could see that. That's a tough one.
And also remember, it's the final countdown. So if Danielson loses, he's retiring. So if you want to factor that into this match,
you know what? I'm going to stick with the Hangman because the Hangman is the only man that can hang in the ring.
All right. Ricochet, I think Ricochet is going to do a 2 out of 3 falls with Ospreay in Chicago.
I think that's the very first thing he does. He goes straight for Ospreay.
Yeah, and Shane McMahon will tear something on his way in and not even show up in the match. All right, let's get into this. He came back as a face with a whole new gimmick, a whole new gear, a whole new attitude, and I don't know what the hell happened, but he just randomly turned heel for absolutely no reason and started a feud to write off. I forgot his name already. Daniel Garcia. The worst heel turn for one of the biggest heels in wrestling, but it happened, and he's fighting Will Ospreay.
Yeah, that was a very clear case of TK. Again, TK can do long-term booking. This wasn't his best long-term booking, but when Adam Cole stuff kind of fell apart, he just kind of said, screw it, we're done. Let's just restart.
Yeah.
Also, it's really weird that they actually changed it to the American Championship. My understanding was that MJF is not an EVP. How does he have the power to change the title? It's strange. Ospreay has to win in London. He has to.
Yeah. Too many belts. I gotta say it. Too many belts. All right, this is probably the best story in AEW going right now. It's just so well done. Timeless Toni Storm defending her title against Mariah May.
God, this is a tough one. I think last week we talked about it. I was leaning towards Toni. I thought there was still maybe one more thing she could do.
Okay.
But Mariah May has been doing great. I'm gonna stick with Toni for right now.
Okay. I think you got to pull the trigger on Mariah May now. It's hot. You got to do it. And of course, probably Adam Cole's going to turn face again. He's training. He could be back whenever.
But then I still hate when Johnny Gargano and Ciampa flipped and Johnny was the heel and Ciampa was the face. It's like, you've done all these terrible things. Why am I going to root for you? And it's weird because MJF is also a terrible person, but in relation to this storyline, he was the one who was wronged. So you're not going to convince me to boo Adam Cole in that scenario. Or to cheer for him, sorry.
TK, Eric and Pepperidge Farm, remember? All right, real quick so I can get them off my screen.
Oh, Hook.
Okay.
This better be a squash.
The final countdown. Swerve Strickland defending title versus career. Eric, what's going to happen?
It's got to be Brian's got to win. We know that he's not going to wrestle full time as much anymore, but I don't want this to be the end. This can't be it.
Storyline was,
an honor.
Yeah, storyline was, I think Brian should win, but like I don't think I'm ready for Swerve to lose it yet, because I'd love for him to cut a promo talking about all the big people that he beat, so it doesn't seem like he's just a guy who had the belt for a few months.
Right.
But this is what they revealed. This is the poster for All Out. Brian's on it. They revealed this earlier this week. I mean,
there's the hang. That's right. There's no Okada for All In.
No, I don't think he's gonna have a match at All Out either. He wrestled Claudio overseas on Dynamite for whatever belt he has. Yeah.
But okay. I mean, heck, my Hangman is there, so I'm willing to say I got that prediction right.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm hoping Brian wins. I'm not ready for him to retire yet. I'd like to see him live one more time.
Yeah. Knock, shout out to him. He thinks this is where Bryan Danielson will retire on October 12th in Washington, so he can go out with his hometown.
That's right. That would be really cool. Otherwise, why have it there? Why have Wrestle Dream there?
Right. It's like asking why have SummerSlam in Cleveland?
Which I still can't. They did not deserve. They did not deserve that banger.
Cleveland.
If you live in
Rampage,
Cleveland, I want you to know. You did not deserve it.
Well, that's it. Eric, anything else you want to talk about now that Rampage is done? We've gone through everything.
No, I think we covered everything. Unless you want to just go straight into this Doctor Strange live stream, now that that's what they're playing. Which would actually be the fourth Marvel movie I've seen today, because Planet Fitness played Far From Home and No Way Home. And then on the TV right next to it, Guardians of the Galaxy 2 was playing.
Oh, man. I still watched 3.
Oh, God. I love that movie so much. I could rewatch that movie over and over.
God, I gotta watch it. Let me get your opinion. We talked about it in the very, very beginning. The rumor for Spider-Man 4 is that's going to be one of Marvel's unnamed one that happens in between the next two Avengers movies. So if that happens, I'm imagining that takes place on Battleworld, which I don't want to see. I want to see Spider-Man like how we left him in No Way Home, like on his own, making it on his own in New York, like fucking Mary Tyler Moore's superheroes.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely think we've got to see the adjustment period. We got to see how he goes now that he's just the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man again, working his way back up. Yeah, because we haven't really gotten that. We the first one, he just kind of jumped straight into being Tony Stark's protege.
Yeah, we had no introduction.
Yeah. Do we ever find out? Do we know about Uncle Ben in this universe? Did he exist, or was it just Aunt May the whole time?
I don't know. That's a good question. I don't recall seeing pictures. I don't recall. And she said the line, right? The great responsibility line?
She did, yeah. I don't remember if she said verbatim, but she definitely said like the gist of it. And he also said, she said the right way in the last movie, but he said it strangely in the first one. Where he's like, if you can do what I can and you don't, then you're not using your responsibility. I don't know. It was weird.
You gotta have the Riz, MJ.
Yeah.
Man.
But yeah, Guardians 3. Definitely recommend it. That should be your next Disney Plus watch.
All right. So I heard Nakajima might be heading to the AEW, and he becomes just AEW. Play the choice you have. I'm fine with that, but it's just like do a roster split. Just do a roster split between Collision.
Yeah, that would be great. That actually would be really great.
My Disney Plus watch right now is I'm in the middle of the first season of Avengers: Earth's Mightiest Heroes.
Oh yes, it's a gem. And they cover so many of the classic stories.
Yeah, I haven't watched it yet. This is my first time through. I fucking love this show.
I would honestly recommend it to anyone who wants to watch all of the big Avenger like storylines in the comics like in one show. 'Cause they
Okay.
cover so many of them. Like if you've never seen them, like this is a good introduction.
Yeah, and they don't shit on it. It's different
Yeah.
versions of it, but you get it. I really enjoy it.
Yeah, and then Disney bought Marvel and they canceled it for a worse version.
I don't want to get to the end of that because X-Men, the series, the end of that just broke my heart. And yes, Nakajima is a big inspiration for me because of a professional wrestler, because he is best striker in Japan. That's cool to know, Carnage Rage. Well, I hope if he does go to AEW, he gets a big, good push, because what they're doing with Okada right now, to quote the critic, it stinks.
I hope at the very least he's happy because he left being the number one guy in Japan for this.
Yeah, I don't even know what number I'd rank him at right now. That belt, I don't even know where I'd rank right now. Right above the FTW belt, which again, Hook is fighting for again a second year in a row. Take the belt, Hook, and retire it when you get it. Just retire it, be done with this belt, or you're just gonna be with this belt for the rest of your life.
The best thing, I think I agree with you. That everyone should just go to NXT, not just for the camera work, but also just to find themselves. Because these young people in AEW, Tony Khan's not doing them any favors.
So people ask, why did they take the belt off Trick and give it to Ethan Page? They do weird things in NXT, so you learn different things. And if you just learn the build to champion, and then once you champion, you go get the call up, that's not doing you a favor. They're doing a lot of good stuff with Trick. So if you pay attention to NXT, and the great thing about NXT, you don't have to. You can skip a couple months and you can jump right back into it. NXT teaches young people different avenues of storytelling and feud. So that's a great thing. And like you said, yeah, that's people like Hook need to go there.
Yeah, I think Hook would do really well there.
Well, if the dirt sheets have their way, he's going there after this year. So
he'll join Ricky Starks and AEW makes better action figures. Do they? I've actually
they actually do. They have really good facial expressions too.
Okay, they make terrible games, but good on them for action figures.
I'll tell you, you want some action figures?
We getting the GI Joes.
Let me tell you something, brother. These are action figures. All right, I love AEW, but they're not making that.
Fair enough.
I swear, I wish this came with like a beep button, so every time he says something, you can hit the beep.
Very nice. Oh man, but that's all I've got.
Same here, buddy. All right, leave comments if you're not watching live. Ooh, brother. Ooh, you.
That's exactly how he goes trick-or-treating. Boo, brother.
I'm sure he wears his sheets.
Get that Hulk Hogan one out of my face. I love it.
Soon he may rest in peace.
Oh, jeez.
It's funny how
all three of those figures are people that I just don't love anymore.
Mom, can I have the problematic one? Three of them.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, man. All right. Well, that's it. Again, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button for the video, too, man. That was great talking with you, Eric. And if there's anything else you want to plug or talk about,
subscribe. When we get knocked back, you're going to want to see all of us again.
Yes.
So that'll be keep an eye out for that.
All right, last question, or will it be? Now, before you go, do you think Cody will bring back the winged eagle, Eric?
No, I think he wants to, and I'm sure he's made the offer to pay for it, just like he did with the IC title. But WWE, they love their branded titles. They love their when they make title designs, it's for a reason, and I think they really, really like the ones they've got right now.
I want those gone so badly. I hate those ones. If you notice, your teams, I don't know if you're a hockey guy, but where you are, y'all just won the championship. They gave them a WWE belt. They changed it. It's not the big WWE logo. It's those are on the side plates now, and now it's the team on the front.
Oh, okay. Funny enough, when that team won, they pretty much tore this whole town apart. Just going to every night, they went to a different restaurant or bar, and they took the cup with them. And like roads were just fucking devastated because everybody wanted to party with them. It was a wild couple of weeks. Also, I still love the pettiness that WWE will make these title belts, but they refuse to make one for the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Another heavy championship doesn't look as stupid as network logo on the belt. I gotta say the TNT and the TBS ones are my least favorite belts.
I'm more okay with the current WWE titles because it's a shift away from, like, before they were just colorful toys that's like, hey, we're WWE, look, this title belt tells you everything you know about us. Like, there's no creativity to it. It was just boring. And so right. I don't love the current designs, but I like the fact that they're moving away from what they were doing.
The tag champs on SmackDown, those are my favorite belts in wrestling, I think, right now.
I dig that. I like the SmackDown ones, yeah. The Raw ones, I don't like the red on there.
No, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, actually, before we do go, I did want to ask you, because I want to watch this feud, but I just haven't. How's Andrade and Carmelo going for you? Is it actually good?
I actually really love it. When they first did it, old WWE way of doing things. It's just two guys stick them on the show so they have something to do. I love it every week. This is actually really hitting for me, and the matches are really, really good. So I'm digging it. I think this is something, too, that they can keep going back to once or twice a year in years moving forward. So I'm a big fan of it.
I like that. I wish they did that with Ricochet. Just pair him with someone, let them go for a while.
Yeah. And the matches are all different, too. They're doing different movesets. And I think this might be, I don't know what it is, if it's Andrade teaching Carmelo different ways to wrestle too, because Andrade's been around the world, so it's another thing that's going to help Carmelo face off random different people throughout his career.
I think that. All right, that's all. That's me. That's
it. All right. Question. That's it. Okay, well, that's it. Thanks for joining us all in this weekend. Leave comments and make sure you do some votes on there. The person you want to see show up at All In so far on our poll was Bobby Lashley. We all know Ricochet is probably going to show up. So leave comments, hit like, subscribe, and all that good stuff. For Eric, Knock out there, we miss you, buddy. This is West Coast Popcast. Have a great weekend and be excellent to each other. Eric John Cena sucks.